pregame, did you report to the set? Was it
well, you know, Stephen Lang now is starring in Avatar. Yeah, correct. And Stephen Lang was in Tombstone. And I know Stephen, and I was up for Avatar too. And once he cast Sigourney in Avatar, he just thought it would be like too close to Alien, so he didn't cast me. He cast Stephen Lang. He's a great guy. But I got called on a Friday by Gail Hurd, who's the producer, and they wanted me in London that following Tuesday morning. And I had to go that Friday down to the passport service to get my passport updated. I believe like 20th Century Fox got me in like the back door, and I went up through, and but it was like immediately over the weekend. And I had to wear like in the Aliens, if you see, I wear a vest and I've got a heart on it with a lock, and I was really pissed off because I had to wear. Everybody got to design their own armor, and I was really pissed off because Remar had designed a heart right where his heart was, which I thought was really stupid because it looked like a bullseye for somebody who was like shooting at you, you know.
So
but I know James now, who's been sober for about 30 years, and he's a great guy. Great guy.
So did you report the boot camp, or was it the other cast too?
No, they all did the boot camp. I came in, man. I started shooting right off the bat. The very first scene I shot was the scene with that little girl. We were cruising along, and she's down there, and I find her, and she bites me.
So initially, I remember having heard that George Lucas, that when he cast Star Wars, that he had some misgivings about casting Harrison Ford initially. Now, did Cameron feel the same way, or was it like, well, I need somebody for the role?
Well, I don't know how Cameron felt. You know, James was having some problems over there at the time, and you know, I don't think he felt he should have been replaced. But you know, what Jim told me was that I was bringing something different to the role. Remar was playing it like a little bit more like a heavy kind of, you know. I think when she bites my hand, or I think really early on, you saw some smiles coming from me. You know, she bites my hand like, whoa, man, she's like, you know, like that kind of deal. And I think James said to me at that time, you know, he really liked that. In contrast to what Remar was doing, which was like this really kind of hardcore, you know,
playing like
tough
the Warriors.
Yeah, maybe like the Warriors. I mean, I never saw any of that footage, but I remember Jim thinking, you know, it's great to see him smile.
And
hits.
What, if anything, that you did was improvised in the film, or was everything according to Cameron's script?
Well, you know, Jim is a guy that has always written and produced his own movies, and Jim is open to rewrites and changes if he thinks this is going to make his film better. I mean, a lot of directors don't have the they have flexibility, but they don't have the you know,
Definitive picture?
they don't have like the confidence. Somebody else has got a better idea than them. They're like, no, I don't, you know, because they want to be in charge, and they don't. But he's got enough confidence in his own abilities that when he hears something that comes from somebody else that's actually better than his idea, he's like, okay, I'll take that and put it in my movie, because what he cares about is his movie being the best thing. And so I know on The Abyss, and I not much in Terminator, but mostly on The Abyss. And then when I met him for Avatar, I had a lot of stuff that he liked. But I can't think of anything in Aliens that was improvised or...
Well, the only reason I'm asking is because on a similar note, I heard that when Schwarzenegger, one of the scenes where when he's looking for you and Linda Hamilton, that he's going around the parking lot, that it was his idea to kind of turn his head to kind of give the impression like he was a video, like his eyes were the lens of a video surveillance camera.
Well, that very well could be. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. I mean, we all had ideas, and we all have ideas about the, you know, Jim is not, you know, there are certain directors, Robert Rodriguez, who I did Grindhouse for, is even more so. I mean, he sees that movie before it, I mean, he sees that movie in his head before he starts shooting it. And he knows exactly what he wants, you know, almost down to the expression, you know, on your face. And Jim's pretty, you know, I think he's flexible. I think he's, you know, when it comes to that kind of stuff.
And speaking of Grindhouse, do you feel in the same way, I'm sorry for deviating from Indians, that in a sense you were kind of playing Paul Whitfield's role in a sense?
I never thought about it. I just thought I was lucky to be working with Robert Rodriguez, who was an amazing filmmaker. He's a guy who has the editors on the set. Okay, he's his own editor basically. He shoots it, he composes the music, he edits it, he shoots it, he writes it, he produces it. But he's got his like editing assistants on the set. So when you shoot a scene, you shoot a number of different shots. So first you'll shoot like a master, and then you shoot a close-up, and then you shoot another close-up, and then maybe a two-shot, and then like an extreme close-up, and then you get your editor and you cut it all together. That's what happens on a normal movie. Is you shoot it, you walk away, and then the editor edits it, you watch it. But when we were working with Robert, he would edit it as we were shooting it. So he would shoot a shot, and then shoot another shot, and then shoot another shot, shoot another shot, shoot another shot, and he would edit it, and then he would show us the edited version of the scene that we just shot as we walked off the set. And he would take his iPod and he did some source music underneath it. So it was like amazing, and that's the way it ended up being in the movie. I mean, it was a rough cut, but still, it was basically the way he sees the movie 100% before he starts shooting it.
Hey Mike, real fast. You're out of all the movies that you've done,
Yeah.
what would you say was your favorite movie that you've ever done working on?
Well, it depends on like if you're talking about character or me having fun as a person. You know, I probably had the most fun in doing Aliens as a person. I was over in London. We shot at Pinewood Studios. I was living in a place called Chelsea. They gave us a lot of money, and I had a lot of fun. Over in Chelsea, and I had a lot of fun doing that. But my favorite characters are Johnny Ringo and Cowboys. You know, and I mean, actors need great roles to play, and a lot of actors could have been great in Terminator. A lot of actors could have been great as Johnny Ringo, but you know, it's not that often that you get a chance to play those roles. And those two were the best roles that I've ever been offered.
Keyword of that you did.
Well, I did do it, and I thank you.
And so, being in the I caught the Connie Stevens movie you appeared in Philadelphia Film Festival.
Yeah.
Did you look upon that as a great joy to, dare I say the word, decompress? Because I guess you have this image of you just hard case, I mean, playing roles.
No, listen, Connie came to me and she said, listen, I want you to star in my movie, and, you know, here's some money, and it was a great role, and the problem with Connie is that she, you know, this is her story, and she's producing and she's directing, so it's too long, and it's like two different, you know, that movie should be 90 minutes long, and it's 2 hours long, and she needs to have somebody other than herself go in and cut the movie, because that's what happens in movies. Most directors, like 99% of all the directors out there, other than Cameron and Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino and Spielberg and Martin Scorsese, they don't have final cut, because that way the studio can go in and go, listen, your cut isn't working, we're going to cut it our own way, or you have to make these choices. But nobody can tell Connie anything. So she's running around with this movie that started off like 2.5 hours long. And I haven't even seen it, because I saw it was like 2.5 hours long. I'm like, Connie, you got to cut an hour out of this movie. And she's like, you know. And so, you know, I'm disappointed that she won't let somebody else cut that movie. But it was a fun movie to make. Boonville, Missouri. All right, I got to go back. All right.